Judges area number 106 is Reggie the Baker Dog. Up next is the Littlestown High School Marching Blue Band. Bella Italia in Littlestown, Foster Roofing, True Orthodontics, Adams County Community Foundation, Jessica Currith from Iron Valley Real Estate, and the Littlestown Eagles. Let's give them all a round of applause. Without them, our good old days festivities would not be possible. So thank you to all of our sponsors for this evening.
That's a first.
Now making its way to the judges area, from Teresa and Nick McDaniel, this is Smokin' Joe the Camel. Now approaching the judges' area is a float from Christ Church of Littlestown. Entry number 112 is Bosley Towing. Number 113 is Owen Arts in a 1945 Farmall A tractor. 16 are the Littlestown varsity cheerleaders.
Wheels of Liberation.
The Wheels of Liberation in a 1944 four-wheel drive with a Dodge WC3 pickup close behind. Our next song is from the Friends of the Littlestown Library. Our next entry is a 1945 John Deere written by Connor Dillon. Behind is a 1953 John Deere 70 gas, driven by Hayden Dillon. And to round out the Dillon family, here's Corey Dillon in a 1956 John Deere 16 LP. Our next entry is Redeemers UCC, a 1953 Ford truck, owned and driven by Fred Benson Walkers, and the banner's dedicated to our protectors and our patriots. Now approaching the judges area, driven by Jason Miller, is a 1951 Ford F-10. Just behind him is a 1957 Chevy 210 wagon, driven by Lawrence Crichton. Next up is a 1969 Chevy Chevelle SS, driven by Mike Miller. Now entering the judges area number 129 is Stitches and Sparks, sowing the seeds of revolution and shocking the crowd. This is Betsy Roth and Ben Franklin, a mother and son duo. Our next fire truck, driven by Gary Rickrode, is an antique fire engine from 1940, Chevrolet fire engine, served the communities of Gettysburg and Brushtown from 1940 through 1980, currently owned by Gary Rickrode. Up next is a float from the Porch Centenary United Methodist Church. vehicle driven by Jerry Stambo is a 1959 Willys Jeep. Here comes the Littlestown baseball and softball for youth. It's a 1978 Kenworth W900A powered by an AP92. The Detroit diesel named Extreme Dopamine, owned by Feeser Trucking in Tawnytown and driven by Brian Freeman. Our next vehicle is for Susan Cook, the 1962 red and white Chevy Corvette convertible. Coming up next is the Troop and Pack 80 number 84. Entry number 138, driven by Ben Stonecyphers, a 1946 John Deere G tractor, pulling 3 hay wagons with John Deere pedal tractors. Coming up next is Christina Bowman, Miss Adams County's Team 2026, riding in a Ford Bronco, sponsored by Ken Adams Mechanical. Entry number 140 is a float from the St. Paul's Lutheran Church. Our next entry, coming to the judges' stand, driven by Elvin Green, is a 1963 Ford Falcon Futura convertible. Next up is a John Deere M tractor, driven by Landon Crowe. Shortly followed by a four-ball 350 tractor, driven by Grayson Crowe. Our next entry with a quote is coming from the Littlestown Veterinary Hospital. is Randy's Electric Bucket Truck. Coming up next is Troop and Pack 501 with their float. Our next entry is the Myrtle Louise Stone Cipher King Living Legacy Guild with 2 vehicles, riding as she celebrates the 250th anniversary of America. We are featuring the Middle Brothers and Mr. Glenn Rollman. Our next entry is a 1966 Case 190 tractor driven by West Midland Road. Coming up next, number 150 is a 1979 Corvette driven by Jeremy Miller. Coming into the judges during this time is the Mason-Dixon Outlaws softball team. Next up is a 1966 Ford F-100 from Todd Coombs. Driving a 1968 AMX is Terry Neff. This is the Littlestown Youth Field Hockey Team. Little Birds dressed in their red, white, and blue uniforms. Coming up next is the Littlestown Lions Club and a Toyota RAV4, pulling the track with the Lions Club banners and their displays. Our next entry is the Littlestown Youth Soccer Team. Driving a 1968 Z28 RS Gyro is Jack Paganji. Up next is a float from the Littlestown FFA organization. Trans Am, driven by Patrick Manley. Our next vehicle is a 1970 Chevelle, owned by Bob and Joan Miller. Next up, we have several vehicles from Foster Roofing. Our next tractor is a 1949 Formal Cub driven by Dalton Bray. Followed by a 1950 Buick by Jerry Groft. Our next vehicle is an antique truck from 1986. It's a Chevrolet K10, driven by Penny Weaver. Our next entry from West McDaniel is a flatbed tow truck with a patriotic car display. Number 168 from Harold Poole is a 1960 Chevy Impala. Next, we have a World War II American Experience Museum with their 1942 Dodge WC-51 weapons carrier and a 1944 Dodge WC-54 ambulance. Next up, in a 1975 Chevy Corvette is Larry Valens. Followed by a 1968 Chevelle SS, driven by Darren Martz. We now have a 1949 Chevy truck, driven by Earl Sims. And our final entry this evening is from David and Deborah Trask in an old blue and white Bel Air. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for coming out for the Littlestown Good Old Days Parade. We encourage you to come out tomorrow night for the movie and Saturday for the vendor fair. And we'd also like to let you know that the Littlestown Area Municipal Band will be playing here at the square immediately following the parade. Thank you very much for attending. Have a safe trip home.